Hey everyone, it's me, Arthur Kade, the host and hostess with the most. Guys, 45 years, Dick Clark's Rockin' Eve. How does this thing keep going, keep getting better, keep getting bigger?
We were just talking about the star of this show, and it's literally right here. This big crystal ball is what people tune in to see. And since we started working together, we've expanded the show. So it starts at 8 and it goes until way into the middle of the night.
It used to be a couple hours, now it's 5.5 hours.
Yeah.
And I think Dick Clark, of course, made this such a huge tradition and a bucket list for people. And that's why people keep coming back. Now we've doubled the amount of people. There's almost 2 million people coming this year. And there's a reason, because when you come, you want to come back. It's that good down here.
I can only imagine it being your 12th year and your 7th year, the incredible memories that you guys have had. What has been for each of you the one great memory that you can recall from the times hosting this event?
I have to say that I met my husband here when he was performing with New Kids on the Block and Backstreet Boys. He said, "Hi, Jenny McCarthy," when I was hosting The Street, and I said, "Hi, Donnie Wahlberg," and I wound up marrying him. So that's kind of special, very special for me.
How about you, Ron?
I think for me, it's thinking back to the first year when I got the call to work with Dick, and just being on this show that I watched as a kid, and at the end of it, him saying, "Good job, kid." I mean, that was pretty memorable for me.
Speaking of Dick, this bears his name. What has he meant to both of you, both in show business and personally, because you've had the opportunity to work with him?
There are very few people in the world that had as much influence on me that Dick Clark did. As a kid, I used to watch him, and I used to admire, and I used to pretend to be him. I mean, that is how much he meant to me, and I loved watching him. He was just incredible and unlike any other.
His work ethic also is something that I always admired. I worked with him doing some other award shows throughout the years. His advice and just watching him work so hard, it made me go, that's how you do it. That's how you sustain yourself in this business, is by having that kind of work ethic. And there's no doubt Ryan has that same work ethic.
Yes, I was going to say, speaking of work ethic, this guy has a work ethic unlike any other. I've always wanted to ask you, Ryan, very few TV hosts, if any, have ever had the success that you've had. You're an entrepreneur, producer, radio host, you've done everything. What's the secret sauce? I want to know what has made you the success that you are.
Having no idea how to do it or what I'm doing. You know, it's easier for us in this day and age to work hard and multitask because we've got these little phones that we have. Dick used to work in the back of his van.
Wow.
I mean, he had a desk in the back of his van when he would commute in Los Angeles.
But I can answer that question for him, because it might be hard for him, but he has a very good sense, like Dick had, of knowing what works, what doesn't. Like in terms of the Kardashians, when I interview him about knowing that show was something special, and how dead right he was about that, and of course him having the idea to hire me for New Year's Eve.
That was the ultimate move. That was the number one move.
I had to add that in there, but it's true. He does. He just knows exactly what's in the now, and I always admire that about him. He just knows exactly what to do.
You're sweet.
It's true.
It has been such a dreadful year. We have lost so many incredible icons. And the Carrie Fisher, Debbie Reynolds, talk about horrible icing on the cake. When you look at all the people we've lost this year, Prince, David Bowie, Carrie and Debbie, is there someone that is a loss to you more than someone else? I mean, I feel like I lost my childhood when Prince passed away. Did someone affect you significantly out of this year?
That is a hard question to answer, because there's so many that I actually cried tears for. Carrie Fisher was one of them. I've become close with her daughter. I fell in love with Billie before I even knew she was Carrie Fisher's daughter. And when I found out that she passed, my heart broke, because Billie loved her mom. And when I talked to her, she's like, she's my hero, she's my best friend, she's the coolest person I know. And then to have her pass and her grandmother pass, I lost it. So it hurt me.
How about you, Ron?
You think back, there's so many iconic people that we lost this year. Prince meant the world to me musically. George Michael, I loved his music. I mean, these were all artists that David Bowie, I grew up listening to and dreamt of playing their songs on the radio. And eventually I got a chance to do that and meet some of them as well. So we'll miss all of them.
What's everybody getting this year? I know Mariah's performing. Give me the show.
All right, the show is, well, it starts at 8 o'clock Eastern and it goes until 2 in the morning. and
we're covering the Central Time Zone this year, and Lucy Hale's going to be our correspondent in New Orleans. Fergie back in Hollywood.
Awesome. Demi Lovato's performing in St. Martin. Lionel Richie's in Las Vegas, and wall-to-wall music and coverage of a big party.